What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another Cleanup Crew video. It's been a while.
Look what we found.
We found Earl the Pearl, back from the dead. But regardless of the fact, still live and direct. Regardless of the fact, today's video is mainly going to be about timing, comparison between two-finger no-thumb bowling and obviously three-finger bowling. Yep. We don't have Maki today, we don't have Tone today, so obviously we don't have that two-handed.
Yeah, you stuck with us.
He's stuck with us today. But regardless of the fact, that's going to be another video, but today's video is going to be a comparison in timing and preparation for a two-finger no-thumb bowler and a three-finger traditional bowler. Yep. But stay tuned, lock in, pay attention, and see if you can pick up any tips and tricks. Leave it in the comments down below. But let's figure this shit out.
Yeah, we'll try to answer some of the questions that you guys have had in the comments too about Mr. Earl the Pearl style, the two-finger no-thumb crew. We know it's a bunch of y'all out there. We're not neglecting you. This is for y'all.
This is for y'all.
Yeah, and maybe we'll figure out how to control this transition after league because these lanes are cooked.
Also, put this in disclaimer. This is after league. Me and Rich just bowled a full league, so the lanes were already tough enough. We're here at Matador. We're here at Back Alley Bowling Northern.
New name.
Shout out to them for always letting us film here. But this is after league night. Also, winter time. Lanes are always a little bit weirder, but bear in mind, keep that in mind. So it may be different.
We can talk about that too.
Yeah. So stay tuned. Let's lock in.
Later.
Today, obviously, we don't know these lanes, like I said. I threw one practice shot. It's not that great, but it's fine. Regardless of the fact, we're going to talk about timing today. Yep. Right now, I'm throwing the new and improved Equinox Solid from Storm. Shout out to Storm. We love you. We're going to talk about timing. So to break my thing down, and I'll pistol obviously put it in the slow-mo after this. The way I like to throw things is like this. So the way I like to do timing, like I said, my strides are different. I'm 6 feet tall. My phalanges are probably different from your guys', right? So I stand in a certain spot, but I do a 5-step approach, right? On my first step, I have the ball in my hand, right? And I always do this. First step, my left foot is doing the first step as well. So I go this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So my first and second step are my gather steps. Very important. Like I said, everyone's a little bit different, right? Everyone's a little bit different. But my first and second step are very important because without a thumb, you have to have that little gravity to work with you. How do you call that? That push-off.
Yeah, push away.
That push-off is very important, right? That push-off?
Yeah, your little push away.
So my first step, big push-off like Tom Doherty. Shout to Tom. We love you. First step, second step, and we don't have a thumb, so we don't have a big backswing. So that push-off is very important. So, sorry if you rewind. Push-off first step. 1, 2, 3. Like I said, my backswing is not like anybody else's, right? My backswing is back here. 3, 4, 5. So that 4-5 step is very important for the release because that 4-5 is that timing to release the ball, right?
Yeah, it's that timing spot.
So that 1-2 step is for that push off. That 3 is essentially that negation. Negation is probably the wrong word, but that activation for you to start going forward. So just keep that in mind. That's how I kind of work things. Everyone's a little bit different. Like I said, you don't gotta follow how I do things, but it's a good kind of a piece of advice for you guys to kind of base it off of if you want to see how I bowl. But
yeah, go ahead and show them in real time.
I'll show you real time how it works out. Fuck, I don't even know where I'm going. All right, let's do this. All right, so if you want, like, maybe get a wide view angle, and then like slow-mo, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Don't worry about the strike though.
Felt good.
I struck, if you're wondering.
That looked good on timing though.
Yeah, right?
And your balance has gotten a lot better over the last year or two, hasn't it?
It has.
Like you don't really fall off at all anymore.
You're right. You know what?
It's a huge difference.
It's actually true because I will say this: when I started like bowling, like when I started getting better at bowling, the thing that always made me better was the timing. But the biggest thing that helped me was this: my steps. I slowed down my steps a lot more to keep my balance. When I sped up my steps, I would catch myself trying to catch myself from falling. Keep this in mind.
Yeah, it would knock you off balance.
You have no thumb. You have a lot of revs. slow down your speed, slow down your steps a little bit to catch up. Because if you're falling, you're missing accuracy. The more control you have, the better your shots are going to be. There you go.
Whoa, lanes was cooked. That one kind of burnt out. Not necessarily in the right ball, but we're gonna figure this out. For me, I kind of have a two-step approach. Obviously, if you guys.
Wait, how many steps? Wait, let me restart yours.
I take 5 steps.
How many? You also take a 5-step approach, right?
Yeah. Let me try to pick it up. Oh.
we don't gotta put that one in. So
I was actually gonna try to fucking pick that up.
My genuine question for you, right? As a 3-finger bowler who also has a 5-step approach, right? Because my 5-step approach is mainly based on keeping the ball in my hand without a thumb. Yours is obviously something different that I have no idea what it is. I have no idea. Mine is literally focusing on like
just not dropping
just
that
don't drop the ball and then land where you need to throw, right? So in your 5-step approach, why do you throw with a 5-step approach with a 3?
It just feels more comfortable for me. I got long arms. I can do a 3-step approach, but it just feels like everything is so quick when I do that. But I feel like the 5-step approach allows me to get my legs in front of me so that I can get to the timing spot.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to get there too quick. So, you know, like my first 2 steps should be regular steps. My timing's been early lately, so I've been working on that. But my first 2 steps, I'm right here, and then I'm coming, and I'm at the timing spot. But I try to keep everything as forward as I can. If I start going too up and down, that's when shit gets crazy.
It's very different from a 2-finger no thumb because my hands start moving as soon as my first step happens.
Yeah.
For him, if you guys haven't noticed, obviously you guys know, Rich has a very high backswing and very high speed if he wanted to, but he's very controlled. So for him, his first movement with his shoulders is obviously like on the 3rd or 4th step in comparison to 2-finger no thumb bowling.
Yeah.
So
it's like my 3rd step, yeah.
Yeah. So Rich will explain obviously how that.
Yeah, we've been talking about it with Mark a little bit too. It's like that kind of letting gravity take over. You know, like the minute that your shoulder starts getting involved and you start pulling that thing back, that's when all the bad stuff happens. So I try to get myself to a point where I have enough momentum moving forward where when I drop the ball, I can walk in front of it and have enough time to turn that thing late. You know what I mean? Your backswing's shorter, so you get to turn it late, but it's like your window, I feel like, is smaller as a 2-finger no thumb bowler, you know? Oh. Solid 7 is crazy. Solid 7 is crazy. But yeah, see, but that was good timing for me. You know, I'm not mad at that at all. You gotta throw it for us to be able to reset it.
The thing about
but yeah, let's get through this game.
Oh.
You might have to throw a strike for it to reset.
I will. The thing is about timing for me specifically, I think that in terms of timing in general is probably the biggest asset of why I keep missing. Because my accuracy is pretty high, but if my timing's off by a little bit, I'm gonna strike that. Oh no. Whatever. The lanes are dry, regardless of the fact. If my timing's off, everything's off. My accuracy's off. My release is off. The rev rate or the way I release it's off. That's the whole thing is off. Timing.
Everything just feels off.
Exactly. Timing is probably the #1 thing in general.
Yeah.
Thing is, if your feet are faster than your hands, you're screwed. If your hands are faster than your feet, you're screwed. You have to find an equilibrium, which I explained earlier in the video. And that's probably like the key to how I throw a little bit more comfortably. You know, everyone's different.
So how this looks for me without a ball, and I'm gonna do the timing or my cadence so that you can hear my cadence and what's in my head and how I get myself back in time. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 4 or 5 are kind of quick, but they're not too quick. Like I have to have a 4th step. If I don't have a 4th step, it's usually all bad. So if you'll notice with a ball, and I've been trying to make sure I work on this as of late. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So even then was a little bit early, but it wasn't too early for me to still get the ball where I needed to. But that's kind of my cadence. Earl's might be a little bit different because he, has a shorter backswing. He starts his push away a little bit earlier as well. But yeah, my cadence is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If that makes sense.
So, as previously stated, first push off with the ball, first and second step are 1, 2, right? So my timing in terms of how everything goes is really relying on that push off. So let's see what we can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So obviously,
I look good.
and I didn't strike.
But that felt good though, didn't it?
Felt great.
Timing wise, yeah, that was good timing.
But I did fall off my feet a little bit.
Okay.
Which in my head means that my hands moved, my arms, my upper body moved a little bit faster than my lower body. So let's start that over one more time. Hopefully.
You know something Mark said to me that really rung to me?
What?
And part of the reason because that's your left foot being soft. It's when our momentum comes up and down from us pulling the ball back.
Yeah.
That keeps us off balance when we, try to slide instead of us sliding forward. It's almost like you're pushing into the ground, and it's hard for your weight to.
I think it's different for two fingernail thumbs because we rely on our first step.
Yeah.
Because we don't have enough time to do this.
So, yeah.
You know what I mean? If we did on.
That's why Doherty,
Doherty
pushes it up.
Doherty starts with
he pushes it.
So that's why, when it comes to two fingernail thumb bowling, we're very reliant on our first two steps. Because without those, our timing's off completely. So let's try that again. Let me count my cadence real quick and see how it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty good.
That's like letting gravity. You let gravity do a thing. It's a swing now.
The big thing is Rich is right. Gravity's a big part of it. That push off, that big push off in the first 1, 2 steps, to me, like I said, everyone's different, but to me it's very important. If you're a two fingernail thumb bowler and you start off in your third step and you're rushing it because there's not many steps left, you're kind of losing accuracy unless you really just locked in on that, which is fine. But for me personally, I like to start off my push off a little early, and then on the third step, I like to already start because it gives me time to think of where I need to aim. You know what I mean? But we're not talking about accuracy today. We're talking about timing.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind.
So you feel like you get to wait on it.
Exactly.
Because you started, so that makes sense. Ooh. Oh my God. I'm not mad at the timing. Good ball. Good ball.
Timing, baby. Timing's everything.
When the lanes start getting real dry, 1, I'm not going to be using this ball. But 2, when the lanes start getting really dry and I have to move up on the approach because I'm trying to get more shape on the ball and I don't need it to be as fast, I'll move up and my timing does change a little bit because now I have less room to be able to do the same thing. So this is how my push away kind of has to change. And this would obviously, if you don't have to skip, it would still apply for a 3-finger bowler where you would just have to start your push away a little bit sooner. But it slows my ball down. That was probably 2 miles per hour slower than the other one.
That ball's nasty.
I know. But I'm trying to show him that that's how I would slow my ball speed down as well, by moving up. That was actually 5 steps, but if I were to do 3 steps, it would look pretty much similar. For me, I don't mind putting the same full motion because I just start my push away sooner. But if I were to go to 3 steps, it would be something like this. And it's just a quicker push away, kind of more like Earl's actually, if that makes sense. And that's still, I guess, not 3 steps. I still squeeze 5 in there, but I guess that's kind of hard for me now that I think about it. But really what matters the most is that push off. If I don't have that last step to be able to kind of stabilize my arm, to be able to get it and turn it late, everything else is bad because then you're trying to do it too early. So that's the timing window for me. For Earl, he always has to start it earlier, as you see. Show him a couple more, but when the lanes start getting dry and you have to start moving left, do you move up on the approach?
Yeah.
You
so
do?
let's do this. Here's an example, like I said, in terms of like if the lanes were absolutely burnt out, right? And I needed to slow my speed down because no one else in the left lane, and I needed to like move left and slow down my speed. I'm gonna show you guys what I do with that 5-step approach that I was said early in the video, how I adjust to it, right? So, going down. So I usually stay like somewhat around in this area, right? When my approach. Let's say the lanes are absolutely dry. Let's say I had to start off from here, right? Let's say, for example, I am not a professional whatsoever, so I haven't developed a 3-step approach yet. I can still throw from here, but I still throw my 5-step approach, but I take way smaller steps, but I still maintain that same timing, right? This still falls as the same timing thing, right? So let me count off the same way I would do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The slow hook.
That's kind of a thing. It's kind of exactly. It's a slow hook. For me, it helps me still count that 5 steps. Obviously, my steps are like this, but I still do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? I haven't, like I said, as an amateur, I still have not developed the whole 3-step approach where I say 1, 2, 3. But there's other channels that can help you with that. But for me personally, as an amateur, that's how I kind of adjust super, super dry lanes.
Oh, that's how I do 3 steps. I have to start off on the other foot. So I guess my 3-step looks something like this. Yeah. That makes more sense. That's actually 3 steps though. So yeah, that makes more sense. So I can slow my ball even more if that's really what I needed to do. But very rarely, because I have the revs to do it, do I have to. But for the people that do 5 steps, I don't know if you guys remember, but Mark would tell us you do either 3 or 5 steps because then you're able to have the same motion. Basically, I'm taking out the first 2 steps and I'm just going straight into the push away. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess that's 4 steps. Damn. You might have to edit this. I don't know. I don't know if I usually do 4 or 3 now. If you're doing 3 steps, it would go 1.
Wait, do you know how to do 3 steps?
That's what I'm over here thinking. I'm like, I either do 4 or 5.
I don't know how to.
Is it like 1, 2, 3, 4?
We should ask Mark.
2, 3. Yeah, I don't think I ever really do 3. I just squeeze 5 steps in a smaller place.
Exactly what I do. Yeah. Exactly what I do.
So I make, my first 2 steps just smaller and I start my push away more like Earl would earlier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's
it's
all
one
I
of
can
those
describe.
It's one of those things where like me and Rich are not pros by any sense, but we are good ass fucking
If you
bowlers.
couldn't tell.
But if you want to watch how to adjust how you swing to a 3-step approach, there's other channels for that. But the way we kind of adjust things, the way we know things, we just squeeze everything. We kind of condense it. You shouldn't do that if it's wrong. If we're wrong, then leave in the comments down below. But that's how we adjust in terms of like a normal amateur bowler.
Oh.
Right? Because I don't know how to do a 3-step approach.
Yeah, it's not really in our arsenal. But
we should ask Mark.
We do slow the ball down,
yeah.
When we have to by pushing ourselves up a little bit further on the approach. And you have to kind of start your push away sooner. The real thing is just getting to the timing spot.
Yeah,
like if we can get to that point where, everything is flat, my core is still straight, my head's up, my knee's not too forward. It doesn't matter if I take 3 steps or 4 steps or 5 steps, as long as I can get to that spot and we're parallel, and when that, lead leg starts sliding, we actually have the ball at our peak and we can, have that window. Absolutely. I feel like we're good. But
let me try this on this line.
Timing wise, my tendency is to be early when my timing's off. Most people's usually is. I feel like, honestly, for Earl, he's very rarely early, unless he's just out of whack.
Like I said, keep in mind, I start from back there, normally. But if I'm starting from here and the lanes are dry,
And what would you say? That's probably about like 2 miles per hour slower than
It's
a mile
probably
per
like
hour at least?
2-3 miles an hour slower, but me and Rich are the same. We congest our 5-step approach to like this, but we still 5-step approach, but our hands is the only situation where our shoulders, our upper body moves faster than our lower body because we go 1.
It starts sooner. It just
2,
starts sooner,
exactly. We may be wrong or right. We're gonna talk to Mark Baker, but it works for us. Let us know how you guys do it in the comments down below.
Yeah, I would love to know.
I'd love to know.
And any other two-finger, no-thumb questions, make sure you drop them in the comments below. But really, we just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about stuff we think about on the timing side. We probably gonna have us a little fade on this next video. What
Absolutely.
you think?
Yeah, let's
What
fucking do it.
ball you gonna use?
I'm doing the Equinox Solid, the best ball that I've thrown since the release of this year. Yeah, I'm doing that one.
Yeah, you feel like that's the best ball this year?
I know for a fact.
Okay, so we're gonna have us a little friendly fade. I may go with the Viking.
I say you throw the Viking.
Okay, I'll throw the Viking then.
Deal.
So you'll get to see 2 drastically different balls. Check us out in the next video. We hope you guys enjoyed this. Missed you, man.
I'm always here, baby.
Missed you, man.
Clean up crew. What you gonna do is the clean up crew. Come on through to the clean up crew. Throw them balls, I hope you do with the clean up crew. The clean up crew.
What's up, crew? It's Rich TV here, and if you or a brand that you may know are interested in sponsoring any of our videos on this channel, make sure you reach out to us, cleanupcrewbowling@gmail.com. We would love to have you. We have some spots open, and we want to continue to grow this game of bowling that we all love. So if that's you or a brand that you know, feel free to reach out to us. We do have sponsorship slots available. It can be per video, it can be a package. We're open to it. So just reach out, and see you guys soon. Till next time, shout out to the crew.